wonderful. I got carried away in here. These are all these Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Except it'll light up in a minute. I love these lights because they, in the morning, when you first turn them on, it will gradually lighten up. All these are by Seiko basically, except you get this one is not.
It looks like an ATO.
Yeah, they're all stealing. There's one up there, but
yeah.
except these two. There's a hard one to find. The Brill in the plastic case. I don't know what kind of plastic that is, but that's still soft. And the ATO. And those have been running 2 years on batteries. And I have one more. I just didn't have time to get it up. It's Hawaiian Clock Company has a picture of King Kamehameha on it. Plays a little tune, but it's just
400-day transistor clock.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Phil?
Yeah, I saw that.
Here's another nice New Haven.
Yeah.
And then this one, now you're going to laugh. You know Trinity Products?
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is a Trinity product that they had tried to change the movement. And this is the only one I've ever seen of these.
Yeah.
But I think it says Universal Electric Clock Company out of Chicago, so I figure it's the same people,
Same,
same
yeah.
thing. But the case is what gave me the clue.
I think they all drank coffee together. Swapped parts and ideas and that sort of thing. Okay, now does this one have the
No, it doesn't have-
actual jewels in it too?
No, none of them had jewels.
None of them,
I don't know,
yeah,
they're
but they all
what
say
call
jewels.
I don't know what they were talking about.
Sorry.
I never can't figure what they're talking about. Then in here, oh well, I'll start up
Oh
here
yeah, you got to start up here.
and see what is funny about
Okay, first of all, tell me about that little grandfather clock. There was just
that.
one on
Is the
Craigslist.
Imperial. Now
There was
wait.
just one on Craigslist for $50 in St. Louis.
First of all, you should have got it. These, I don't think they made many of these, but they actually, it's Imperial. I mean, Hug, but in a real nice case, and most of them work. I mean, that motor, the clock movement is easy to take care of. The Banger,
Yep, the Bangor.
and that actually runs, which is unusual.
You got like 5 of those, don't you?
No, I wish. Here's the other Imperial jewel movement. You'd appreciate that. I've got several of those around here stuffed away somewhere.
Just to hold it to keep stuff from falling over.
Yeah, just. Oh, is it too early to drink, guys?
Never too early to drink. Oh,
I don't drink beer, but I drink gin and tonic.
Well, I can't.
You can't?
I'm not allowed. So.
Oh, you drink?
Sure.
Oh. Yeah, I got water. I actually
Oh,
have some Cokes. Now that the mantle works, but the contact's a little bit different on it. It's been a little bit different, so that may have been the secret to that. But it was built right at the end of his. Of course, the pool, and this is the large National Self-Winding that had the mercury switch on it. It's a killer. And then here's the Sohm with the original Sohm pendulum. That's harder to find than the clock. And this is a Trinity gallery clock.
oh, hey Bob, that looks just like yours, buddy.
It does.
This is an early automatic with the paper dial. This one is automatic also. This is the best case I've ever seen. I didn't realize this, but there are 2 little carved knobs on this one, and this is all there. I got this off of Russ. He bought it for me somewhere, but no dial screws. And this, I've gone through this to make sure it was, and it's totally built by Self-Winding. This was, all the screws and everything fit. I don't know what their idea was. It's got a silent slave clock from England in it. And originally, and I left them there, that these had little rubber buffers under it, so you didn't hear it. I don't know what they were doing, whether they were trying to build a totally silent clock. And this could have been made in England. You know, it had a big presence in England.
Yeah. Does it have correction on it?
I can, no.
No.
But you've got all these extra switches, you can shut stuff off, and
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Maybe it's just an experimental bed just to see, because the movement doesn't. All the parts are self-winding, but it doesn't fit together like self-winding. And then we get over to the Wallace, and I've got two of the banjos, and the banjos have a different pendulum than the rest of the Wallace. It's a solid brass pendulum.
I think I've seen that.
Wallace out Elmer's doesn't have one. He has one of these, and but in fact I've got an extra one of these somewhere. But that's the pendulum bob that came with this one and the other one I have.
Okay.
And but it fits. It has all.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
But this was an expensive clock, and he was talking about what this thing cost. New. This one, they're little experimental kitchen clocks, I think, because that doesn't have any plastic on it at all. The motor's all brass. Hanson self-winding. I never knew how they got by with building that movement without self-winding, suing them, but they may have, by that time their patent may have, it was 1922, it worn out. And they didn't make many of them because they had the tornado and then went to electric clock movements. Another American clock company clock. I tell you what I'm missing, I got to find some pendulum rods and bobs. People try to tell me it's cherry, but in reading the deals, I think it's ash. It was stained mahogany and just kind of faded over the years.
That's a good looking case.
And then this one, which appears to be the same as this case, but when you get to looking at them, they're a little bit different. First of all, this has all been replaced here. Apparently it pops off, the glue gives out.
Yep.
And, but there's no little knobs here. It's not as fine. This one I know, history came out of a man's office in Maine, and the grandson was selling it to me. And when I bought it, he says, now the top, my grandfather, I remember him telling us that he had taken the top off and wrapped it up and put it somewhere. So I got the clock, and about 3 weeks later another package came, and it was the top with the original screws. So how lucky is that? Two of the Trinity smaller clocks. And then we get to the good stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah. that is a self-winding, but it sends signals. And if who does real fine work?
In what?
I'll show you.
Oh my goodness, look at that movement.
I need somebody to. That is platinum. That's a jewel.
Bill Olson.
But what's happened is that some idiot, this had a spring on it, and they lifted it up and broke the spring.
Oh.
It's inset between those two. I mean, if you can do that, I'll take the other part off. So you know exactly the right length. I don't know how you pry that apart.
Ooh, nice Sangamo banjo.
But that rode on that steel wheel on the side, and 5 minutes before the hour, the contacts are all set up correctly, it started sending out signals.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, if you do, like I said, the other part's still on the move, and I was lucky. The only thing I didn't get with it was a pendulum. I got the beat. I found a beat scale, which would be this one. This is the beat scale that goes on that black walnut silver.
Yeah.
What's so funny is the beat scale that goes on that one is identical to the beat scale that goes on the electro clock company out of Baltimore. This is that one I picked up yesterday. That we tried to hang it. We didn't know where to hang. So, and I'll show you that. What's so funny is that when you start looking, here's the mercury pendulum that goes on that clock, and it's the only, I've never seen one like this. But that's on the Baltimore Electric. It's a little different than one I'd never seen, which makes sense. Makes me wonder who made it for them.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make it. And I don't have hands for it. I had that dial, just a different dial, just all by itself. Happened to fit it.